Good evening, and welcome to the Crypto Overnighter. I'm Nicodemus, and I will be your host as we take a look at the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And remember, none of this is financial advice. And it's 10 p.m. on Monday, September 4th, 2023. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter, where we have no sponsors, no hidden agendas, and no BS. But we do have the news, so let's talk about that. Tonight, we take a look at the growing exodus of key executives at Binance and what it means for the crypto titan. The SEC finds itself in a quagmire over Bitcoin ETFs, and JP Morgan thinks they're cornered. Meanwhile, China's push for its digital yuan raises eyebrows and concerns. Down under, Australia's Senate hits the brakes on a critical crypto bill. And in a tale of two Koreas, the Republic of Korea gears up to crack down on the North's crypto theft. Lastly, FTX's star-studded advertising is under the legal microscope. Stay tuned, it's going to be a time. Binance is facing a significant loss of key executives. Mayor Kemet, the global head of product, resigned after more than a year with the company. Kemet was responsible for overseeing product launches that contributed to a user base expansion from 80 million to over 150 million in 18 months. Leon Fung, who oversaw operations in the Asia-Pacific region, has also left the platform. Fung was responsible for the company's growth in Japan, the Republic of Korea, and Thailand. The departures are closely linked to regulatory scrutiny, particularly from U.S. authorities. Binance faces increasing pressure from regulators, including the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, which filed a lawsuit against the exchange and its CEO, Changpeng Zhao, in June. The departure of key executives from finance is more than just a staffing issue, it's a symptom of larger problems that the company is grappling with. Regulatory pressures are mounting, and the SEC's lawsuit against Binance is a clear sign that the exchange is under the microscope. This isn't just about Binance, it's about the crypto industry at large. When the world's largest crypto exchange is facing this level of scrutiny, it sends a message to the entire sector. The loss of key executives, especially those responsible for product development and regional growth, could have a ripple effect on Binance's future strategies and its standing in the global crypto market. The company may be the world's largest crypto exchange, but they're not invincible. This is a wake-up call for anyone who thinks crypto companies can operate outside the reach of regulators. The departures also raise questions about Binance's ability to maintain its rapid growth trajectory in the face of increasing regulatory challenges. The crypto space is still in its early stages, and these departures signify potential roadblocks in the path of Binance's global expansion. Alright, from a crumbling titan to regulators stuck in the mud, if Binance's issues had you concerned, wait till you hear about the SEC's Catch-22. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. The SEC is in a tight spot regarding the approval of Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, especially of the spot variety. Grayscale Investments is a major player in the crypto realm. They've been pushing for SEC approval to convert its Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF. The SEC's been rejecting these efforts, citing market manipulation and investor protection concerns. However, a recent court ruling has forced the SEC to re-review its decision. JP Morgan Chase analysts predict that the SEC will have to approve Grayscale's proposal and potentially other spot-based Bitcoin ETFs for regulatory consistency. They argue that the SEC would need to withdraw its previous approvals for futures-based Bitcoin ETFs to maintain its stance. Such a thing would be both disruptive and potentially embarrassing for the regulatory body. The competition for a spot in the Bitcoin ETF arena is fierce. Contenders include Grayscale, ARK21 Shares, Bitwise, BlackRock, VanEck, WisdomTree, Valkyrie, Invesco Galaxy, and Fidelity Wise Origin. The SEC has deferred its decision on granting the first spot Bitcoin-focused ETF in the US until October. The SEC's current predicament demonstrates a glaring inconsistency that could have far-reaching implications. The court ruling in favor of Grayscale is not just a win for the company, but a spotlight on the SEC's flawed approach. JP Morgan's analysis hits the nail on the head. The SEC is in a corner, and any move it makes will be well scrutinized, not just by people who care about crypto, but by traditional financial institutions as well. The list of contenders for a spot Bitcoin ETF is not short of heavy hitters. This isn't a playground, it's a battlefield, and the SEC's decision to defer its verdict until October only adds more fuel to the speculative fire. Chair Gensler has a rough road ahead. His decisions in the coming months could either open the floodgates for mainstream investment in Bitcoin or reinforce the barriers that have kept it at arm's length. Either way, the eyes of both skeptics and believers are firmly fixed on what the SEC will do next. Now, the SEC's troubles might be bad, but China's CBDC push could be even worse. Listen up, If you're skeptical of government-controlled digital currencies, this one's for you. Subscribe and stay informed. Cheng-Chung Mu is the head of Digital Currency Research Institute at the People's Bank of China. He recently emphasized that China's digital yuan must be available in all retail payment scenarios. He said wallet providers like WeChat, Alipay, and commercial banks must adhere to compliance requirements and obtain relevant financial licenses. The first step in this process is to use the digital yuan as the payment tool for all retail scenarios. Mu also mentioned that standardizing QR codes for payment systems dominated by the WeChat Pay and Alipay is essential for the digital yuan's development. The PBOC has been testing the digital yuan since late 2019 and has expanded its trials to at least 26 locations in 17 provincial-level cities and regions. However, the digital yuan is far from achieving widespread adoption. On a wholesale level, Mu stated that the digital yuan can be used for settlement as part of the financial market infrastructure. Now, in my opinion, the PBOC's push for the digital yuan in all retail scenarios is a significant move that could reshape the retail payment landscape in China. This isn't about just introducing a new payment method. It's about setting the stage for a financial ecosystem where the government-backed digital currency becomes the norm. The focus on compliance and licensing for wallet providers like WeChat and Alipay is a clear signal the Chinese government wants to keep a tight grip on this emerging financial landscape. Standardizing QR codes is a tactical move aimed at ensuring seamless integration and adoption. It's a step toward unifying a fragmented payment ecosystem dominated by tech giants like WeChat and Alipay. But let's not forget, this is also a way for the government to exert more control over these platforms. The PBOC's cautious approach to wholesale payments indicates they're not looking to disrupt existing systems, but rather integrate the digital yuan into those systems. This is a calculated move to ensure the transition is as smooth as possible, minimizing risks and uncertainties. So, what does this mean for those who are skeptical of government-controlled digital currencies? Well, the digital yuan is coming, whether we like it or not, and it's coming with the full backing and control of the Chinese government. This could set a precedent for other countries looking to launch their own central bank digital currencies, and it's a development that could have far-reaching implications for the global financial ecosystem. Speaking of governments dragging their feet, let's take a trip down under. Australia just threw a curveball at the crypto industry. Australia's Senate Economics Legislation Committee rejected the Digital Markets Market Regulation Bill 2023. This bill was introduced by opposition Senator Andrew Bragg. The committee recommended that the government continue to consult with the industry for better regulation. Bragg criticized the rejection, stating that the Labour government had put crypto regulation on the back burner. The committee cited the bill's lack of detail and its incongruence with international standards as reasons for the rejection. The bill aimed to establish licensing rules and custody requirements for crypto service providers in Australia. The Senate also asked for amendments such as removing NFTs from the definition of regulated digital assets and extending the transition period from 3 to 9 months. The Australian government is still consulting with industry players to shape a tailored framework. The rejection of Senator Bragg's bill is a glaring example of how governments, even those that claim to be progressive, are dragging their feet on crypto regulation. It's a setback for the entire crypto community in Australia and potentially beyond. The Labour government's decision to, quote, put regulating crypto in the slow lane is a move that could stifle innovation and push the crypto industry into a gray area, not to mention all those opportunities lost for the Australian people. And to be honest, the committee's reasoning that the bill lacks detail and does not mesh with international standards is a thinly veiled excuse. It's a way to delay making any concrete decisions, keeping the industry in a state of limbo. This is not just about Australia. This is a global issue. Governments worldwide are grappling with how to regulate digital assets, and this indecision creates an environment ripe for regulatory arbitrage. The Senate's request to remove NFTs from the bill and to extend the transition period from 3 to 9 months is a cautious approach that could backfire. The longer the government takes to establish a clear regulatory framework, the more the industry will operate in a legal gray area. This could lead to more scams, less investor protection, and a loss of faith in the system. The Australian government's indecisiveness is a missed opportunity. The crypto industry is not waiting for anyone. It's charging ahead with or without government support. By failing to act, the government is essentially ceding ground to other nations that are more proactive in their approach. And let's not forget, this isn't just about crypto. It's about financial freedom, innovation, and the future of decentralized systems. The government's failure to act is a failure to grasp the significance of these transformative technologies. And for that, as Bragg pointed out, Australians will pay the price indeed. We're not done yet. From one corner of Asia to the other, the Republic of Korea is stepping up against the North's crypto theft. Follow us for the latest on this and other geopolitical dramas that affect us all. Sanctions against North Korea due to its nuclear programs have led the country to engaging in crypto theft. In 2023 alone, North Korean hackers stole around $200 million in crypto. The Republic of Korea is planning to submit a bill that will track and freeze crypto assets stolen by North Korea to further its illicit weapons program. The National Intelligence Service had announced an earlier version of the bill in November 2022, but it was returned for further revision. The amended bill is the product of a 10-month consultation process among various government ministries. The latest version includes measures to, quote, track and neutralize virtual coins and other cryptocurrency assets stolen by the North through hacking. The Yoon administration also intends to establish a national cybersecurity committee under the direct control of the president to implement measures to bolster the country's defenses against foreign hacking attempts. The chief of the National Security Office will head the committee, with the NIS director as a member. It seems to me the Republic of Korea is not just sitting idle. They're taking proactive steps to counter North Korea's crypto theft. This is a significant move, especially considering the distrust many have for governments and central banks. The Republic of Korea is essentially saying, we won't let North Korea use crypto for their illicit activities. The bill is a product of 10 months of consultation, indicating a thoroughness and a multi-ministerial approach. This isn't a hasty decision, it's calculated, and it's not just about tracking and freezing assets. It's about strengthening the entire cybersecurity framework of the Republic of Korea. The creation of a National Cybersecurity Committee directly under the president's control is a testament to the gravity of the situation. But here's the kicker. This bill aims to track and neutralize stolen assets. This isn't just a freeze, it's a counterattack. It's a message to North Korea, and by extension to any entity that thinks it can exploit the crypto space for illicit gains. The Republic of Korea is setting a precedent here, one that could serve as a model for other nations. And let's not forget, North Korea isn't just a small-time thief. They've stolen $200 million this year alone. This is a big-picture power shift, and a move that could ripple across the geopolitical landscape, affecting the crypto space and beyond. But what does that mean for us, the retail crypto investors? It's something of a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's a win for security and a blow to entities that misuse crypto. On the other hand, it raises questions about governmental reach into a space cherished for its decentralization. Either way, this is a story that could very well shape the future of crypto, and not just in the Korean peninsula, but globally. And it's a story we'll be watching closely. I'm especially interested in hearing how they propose to enforce this bill. Last but not least, where star power meets legal firepower, FTX is under scrutiny, and it's more than just ad aesthetics. Hit that like button if you agree that transparency should be the industry standard. Sam Bankman-Fried, founder and former CEO of FTX, is in a lot of trouble. He's facing legal challenges from the U.S. Department of Justice. The DOJ claims that FTX's advertising, featuring comedian Larry David and football player Tom Brady, blurs the lines between its U.S. and international operations. The ads describe FTX as, quote, a safe and easy way to get into crypto. And then they show devices displaying the FTX logo, not the FTX US logo. The DOJ argues the lack of distinction is crucial as it relates to allegations of wire fraud against SBF. The DOJ is also keen to delve into the details surrounding FTX's collapse, arguing that they are inextricably intertwined with the alleged misappropriation of customer funds. Testimony will show that FTX co-founder Gary Wang helped Bankman-Fried move assets to the Bahamas, which were, quote, acts in furtherance of the charged wire fraud scheme, at least according to the government. Bankman-Fried's lawyers argue that the U.S. operations should be considered separately, as accusations relate to its international business. The trial is set to start on October 2nd, at least for now. I say that because there has been an attempt to push that date back. Now, let's dig into the meat of this. The DOJ's scrutiny of FTX's advertising is a glaring spotlight on the often murky waters of crypto advertising. The government is essentially saying, hey, you can't just slap a celebrity on an ad and think that'll cover up any dubious practices. This is a wake-up call for the crypto industry, which often uses star power to lure in new users without making clear distinctions about what they're actually offering. And let's talk about the Bahamas. The DOJ claims that Bankman-Fried moved assets there as a part of the wire fraud scheme. If true, this isn't just a case of financial mismanagement, it's a deliberate act to deceive and defraud. It's the kind of move that fuels the distrust many in the crypto community already have towards governments and centralized financial systems. But here's the kicker. If the government's right, then it's the crypto bigwigs like Bankman-Fried who are making that distrust justified. The upcoming trial isn't just about one man or one company. It's a litmus test for how the US government will handle crypto fraud cases going forward. If Sam is found guilty, it could set a precedent that impacts the entire crypto industry. So as we watch this legal drama unfold, remember, the stakes are higher than they appear. This isn't just about FTX, it's about the future of crypto and how much trust we can place in these digital platforms. So what happened? Binance is hemorrhaging top talent, signaling trouble in paradise as regulatory heat intensifies. These departures could be a bellwether for the crypto industry, highlighting the inescapable reach of regulators. The SEC is in a tight spot over approving Bitcoin ETFs. A recent court ruling forced them into a corner, and heavyweight contenders like Grayscale are pushing for change. Their decision could be a tipping point for cryptocurrency's mainstream adoption. China is doubling down on its digital yuan, forcing it into every retail payment scenario, a move that signals the government's intent to dominate the future of digital currencies. Wallet providers are put on notice, and the crypto community should be concerned. Governments will likely use CBDCs to say, you don't need Bitcoin, you don't need crypto. CBDCs can do everything cryptocurrencies can do, so let's just ban the troublesome crypto. Australia's Senate rejected a crucial crypto bill, delaying regulatory clarity. The reasons cited are vague, masking what seems to be a reluctance to embrace crypto. It's a setback for the industry, both in Australia and globally. The Republic of Korea is taking a stand against North Korean crypto theft with a new bill aimed at freezing and tracking stolen assets. It's a bold move that could set a global precedent, but raises questions about government reach into decentralized systems. Lastly, FTX is in hot water for its ad campaigns. The DOJ's scrutiny extends beyond celebrity endorsements to potential wire fraud allegations. Keep your eyes on this one. It could be a litmus test for how the US will handle crypto advertising and fraud. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. If you enjoyed tonight's show, then please like, follow, subscribe, leave a rating, or maybe a review. And in the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow night.